Can't be live yet, can we? What's going... Hi, Hager. Morning. Can we really be morning? Good already? Starting? Good morning, Sharon. Good morning. I'll say my good mornings. I haven't even gotten ready yet. Good morning, Niffer. Whoa. Is it lagging? I don't know if that's any better, any worse. Starting pretty early here, guys. Good morning, CCF. Sharon's got bad lag. I don't know if anybody else has bad lag. Are we doing okay? Are things glitchy, Vegas? Are we good now? Is everything okay? Like, should I shut the door down? Is it any better? Good morning to everybody. Morning, Niffer. Caitlin. Bad lag. Alright. Slingblood says we're good. Alright. Good morning. Oh, I know, it's Mountain Dew, whatever. Good morning to Mark. Nerd. Sharon says, good here now. Okay. I moved the phone. That's what I did. I don't know what the phone's using. If it's using like 5G or... Why don't you go to the wall or something, Spider? We're out in the garage, Mush Lounge, and so we have spiders that like to drop down every once in a while. I've gotten used to spiders now. I'm not saying I'm cool with spiders, but like, I don't know. I'm not afraid of them. I know they eat me at night. That's fine. Like, I know they take like little bites at me. Maybe not anymore. They took like 2 or 3 when I was out here one time. I was like, oh, all right, you're here. And they're like, oh, all right, you're here. And they stopped biting me. I don't know if any of you have ever had that kind of like a relationship with garage spiders. But no, I see them drop down from the ceiling all the time, and I'm like, oh, there you are, spider. And they're like, ah, you found me. I'm like, yeah, I know, I did. You're right there. So I'm gonna pour this into this container. Whatever. This is how we're starting Thursdays with tea. We'll talk about it. We're not even supposed to be live yet, so hold on, everybody. That's the outside world right there. That's why we stay inside. It sounds like that. Welcome to Brock's ASMR channel. Today we've got the sounds of distant engines and pouring of liquids into bottles all day. Distant engines and liquids into bottles. Just in case Free is here and he's wondering, and on my case already, this can go fly a kite if he doesn't think this is a water. This is Mountain Dew water. Okay? We still haven't officially started the show yet, so good morning to everybody. But like, the spiders have gotten to where they can live anywhere they want in the garage. And I have to look at them and go, oh, you're a spider and that's where you're set up. Alright, that's cool. Because I know that the spiders like to eat the flies, and the flies have to show up around the garage. And I don't like those flies being around the garage. And so, whatever it takes to get the flies out of the garage, or to not want to be in the garage, because that's where they get eaten by the spiders. Turns out flies are stupid. They're gonna fly wherever they want anyways, no matter what's around. That's what I've learned about hanging out here in the Mush Lab all summer. Is flies are stupid. I'm lagging. Let's go back to the let's do a new idea, shall we? Pop's okay. There we go. No, Pops is having a bad day today. Pops came, I think he's coming down with flu or something. So that's why I am hosting the show today. He called, texted me, said, "Hey dude, I need you to host the show. Not feeling too well today." I'm like, "Oh, okay, no problem." So keep him in your thoughts today. He's coming down with the fever. And he's like, "Dude, you gotta stay away from me." I was like, "Yeah, dude, no problem." So, but, right, maybe we'll just hang out here. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal, right? I had an idea of what we were gonna do, but, we'll do something different. We'll just hang out here. We'll hang out outside, I guess. We're not allowed to be inside today. I wish I could do that, Mark. All of my stuff is in the mush lounge, where apparently we're not allowed to be anymore. So the lag has spoken. So so yeah, exactly right. I got to social distance from myself. Herbie said social distancing. So no, you know what? Let's go. Let me try and set something. I'm going to try and get that table out, and we can at least set the table back up and do some stuff on the table. So bear with me here, everybody. It's a Thursday. Are we officially live now? I think we are. I think we're time-wise officially past 9 o'clock, and we can do this. So let's bear with me, okay? I'm going to try and grab this table here real quick. Alright. So you're going to see my ankles and everything. You're going to see the inside of this mush lounge. It's going to be really weird. Bear with me. Talk amongst yourselves. What's going on? Where's Pops? What are we even looking at? Oh yeah, son. They said it couldn't be done. They said son of a... Derek, don't worry, I get it. The hernia feels it. It's a light table. Don't worry, we're fine. Oh yeah. Whew. Okay. We're doing better? Morning, everybody. How's everybody doing now? Any lag? Whew. There's a lot. Oh, that's a little off key, off kilter, off center. A little bit better. All right. Let me grab my chair. Yeah, dudes. Oh, we're set. Oh, we're set for glory now. We are set for glory now. Oh, man. You're telling me, Hager. You're telling me I got to put all this back after the show. Pops has no idea what's going on. He's in there huffing and puffing. I'm out here huffing and puffing. You like this? You like this? I like this. This is nice. I like this. different, right? You get to see a whole bunch of different things. Just kind of hanging out. Oh, we're doing great. No, it's 70 degrees right now. A little over 70 degrees, somewhere around there. I look at my phone. My phone every once in a while likes to tell me what the temperature is. No, I am the ground crew. Herbie says Brock doesn't have a ground crew. No, the production crew was laid off last week. I laid production crew off. So I'm the only one here. Alright, I'm trying to hire a new production crew, that's for sure. So it's a solo outfit from here on. Until otherwise noted, Herbie. So, they tried to picket. They were like, we will not stand by and work for a show that won't play Tina Turner music. And I was like, you know what? We've gotten in trouble way too much. We just can't play Tina Turner music. Production crew pickets. Tina, tune in Turner, tune in Turner, Tina Turner, Turner, tune in Turner, tune in Turner. I don't know what the hell they were picketing. I was ignoring them. What did picketers picket with? Play more Tina. You know, I was like, no, we're gonna keep confusing everybody with the silence. And so today, we're going to give you a little bit of the Twitter. The birds aren't yelling at me as much as they used to. Maybe we'll get even like, we have a little black squirrel. He almost came into the garage yesterday when I was hanging out. And I was like, I laughed at him. I was like, aha, squirrel, not your home. So this is what we're doing today, folks. We're just talking. I actually do have things to give away. I do. I got 2 things. I'm going to give them away sometime within the show. Alright? But I see 22 likes going on. And I know some of you, like, 22 of you are here all the time and you're never going to leave, and I love you. And I know you've already hit the like button. I appreciate the 22 of you that have already hit the like button. I know who all of you are. One of you is at least Hager. Alright, I gotta show. I know Hager counts for at least. He's got the Chicago likes. He counts for 2. Alright? Hopefully, some of the rest of you are from Chicago. I know, Indy. I don't know if he's even ever on here anymore. But I know we got some Chicagos. Get them double votes going on, alright? Hey, if anybody, like, has a random YouTube account they want to log into to, like, you know, hit us up with a like. Go ahead and hit that down. And I don't know what the algorithm thing is or whatever like that, but here it is. We're going to dab it out real quick. Jesus Cristo. We were going to play a board game. I was going to play a board game with you guys, but you know, I think the universe is like, that's really stupid. And so it decided to lag me out. So let's get back to the book. I kind of want to read the book. I don't know. You want to read the book? I don't know. It's outside. Read cards. You want cards? Let me dab this real quick. You guys talk amongst yourselves about whether you want the book or whether you want the cards. The book, it's nice. It's the weather. It's nature. It's peaceful. It's Thursday, you know, and we'll give some stuff away. You know, the cards are going to be like, I want my, where you, you know, and I got to worry about whether or not I'm, like, making Hip Kitty happy, because, like, I'm only doing, I'm kidding, mostly, if she's watching. So, rude and crude over here, man. Rude and crude. I don't hide. As the MPP says, I always say, you ain't got to lie to kick it. Alright? And not that I have favorites, but I got people I don't like. The rest of you ever feel like that? Like, you know what? You're right. I don't have favorites, but I got people I don't like. You ever feel like that? Does that make you a bad person? No. No, not at all. No, I think sometimes we reflexively react against things that we're supposed to be reflexively reacting to. You know what I mean? Like, there's just something about that person I just don't like. I don't know. I don't get it. Here we are. And you've always been raised and you grow up and you get taught you gotta love everybody. You gotta accept everyone. I'm like, yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe. There's just something about that person. I just, a little off. Maybe I just don't, I don't know. What do you do with that? What do you do with that? Like, as a human, as a person that's trying to, like, show love and tolerance and acceptance and wonderment and the beauty of humanity and the beauty of, like, just the universe, being the universe amongst itself. Like, can you even show, like, some weird little, like, moment of, maybe I just don't want to be around that person? You know, can you do that? I don't know. I don't have anybody in mind particular when I talk about this or anything. So don't think it's you, Sharon. Alright? It's not Sharon today. Alright? Maybe, no, it's never been Sharon. It's never been. When I thought she was my mom, then it was Sharon. Then I was like, get out of here, Mom. You're not allowed to be. And I was, oh wait, no, it's Sharon. So whenever I think Sharon's, you can get out of here. You know. Just kidding. Just kidding. First giveaway, before we do the dab. Pops and I have a brand new favorite football team, college football team. Go. Our favorite college football team now. Pops is USC, UCLA, and I'm Nebraska, but he's our favorite college football team now is Go. We've got Alabama, Buffalo, the Buffs, Nerd Nature. There it is. I didn't mean it. I didn't even mean for it to be like Nerd Nature to win, but it's the Buffaloes. It was way too. That was way easier than I expected it to be. Nerd Nature, you win. I'm sorry. It was nerd. It's nice job. You win an 8th. It's Colorado. This is all out of respect of so hit up, or you can give it away, Nerd, if you want. I don't care, whichever you want. But congratulations, Nerd. Colorado Buffaloes. I bring that up because today is opening day of the NFL. Tonight, Detroit Lions play the Kansas City Chiefs, and that's fun and great. But I love college ball. God, do I love college ball. And we got Deion Sanders coming in. And it's really funny, like, he beat the number 17 team in the country, TCU, with essentially half of a brand new team, like a brand new offense going up against. So it's hilarious. I heard someone go, he spent a week being anointed the world's the greatest college football coach in history. I was like, that's really funny. Really funny. Because Colorado plays Nebraska. And Pops and I, we watched this Colorado game, and we were like, oh man, that's a good-looking Colorado team. Coach Prime, doing great. But he's going up against the Huskers. And I gotta tell you, Nerd, I don't like you. Okay? I hope you fall off a cliff. Okay? I hope every single player on the Colorado team gets COVID. Nobody gets COVID anymore. Who gets COVID? Joe Biden gets COVID? How the hell did Joe Biden get COVID? I'm not even like political. I'm just like, how the hell are we still getting COVID? What is COVID if we're still getting it? And we were like, oh, pandemic. You know what I mean? Like, oh, wacky thought, wacky thinking, right? I hope every player on the Colorado Buffalo team gets COVID and can't play. And I hope it's Deion Sanders' fault. I hope his kid doesn't get COVID. I hope Shitter Sanders is healthy and is the only player available for the Colorado Buffaloes. Oh, Win the Heisman now. Wilson, where you at, Wilson? Go Huskers. We're going to take over the Colorado Buffaloes. If you're showing up today and you're wondering, like, why the hell are we talking about Buffalo football on T on a Thursday? Who is this guy? Pops is sick. He's probably coming down with the flu, fever. I'm actually not even allowed in the house if I want to be, like, safe and secure in my own life. Alright, I gotta go. I have to, like, megaphone. Pops, are you okay? And he has to megaphone. I'm okay. And he coughs into the megaphone. It's really weird. Alright, and it cacophonizes within the house. It's awkward. But it's what we do. It's how we talk. Ruff comes out. He's our little intermediary. He's like, hey, man, can you feed me? I'm like, alright, Ruff, I'll feed you too, man. I got you. So, he doesn't even care. Alright, Nerd Nature again, hop on to thedetroitmushlab.net, get us your information, let's dab this out, and I'll get back to you on it. You guys are supposed to talk to yourselves about whether you wanted the book or the cards. So, Thursday, everybody. Pops is doing okay, it'll be fine. You just got a cold. I'm the guy. Mondays, right? Let's get some juice in this thing. For those of you that are like, man, this dude is completely unorganized today. I'm like, yeah. Correct. I'm completely disorganized like every day. That's for sure. I surprise myself that this goes on. Like around 10:15, 10:20, when all of this is quiet and put away, I sit down on the couch and I go, and I'm like, what the hell did I just do? Why did people let me do that? So this is all your fault. Like, I'm really good at making things not my fault, especially when things like this happen. Dabbing outside in front of everybody. What the hell are the neighbors gonna say? Nothing. I think the neighbors think I'm smoking dope. Smoking dope. I think the neighbors think I'm smoking dope. Smoking dope. Motherfucker, I am. Oh, there's more. That's one of my favorite songs, by the way. Absolutely one of my favorite. Sorry for the silence. It's like radio silence there. I gotta go round 3. I can't waste this. I'm sorry, guys. Alright, we'll get to it. Hold on. I got another 8th going. It's an 8th of iceberg, by the way, Nerd Nature. Congratulations. is. There it is. Now, there it is. Okay. Alright. Are we doing cards? Or are we doing the book? Oh. Oh. Alright, everybody. Welcome to the second half of the show. Cards, please. What? That was crazy. We've got the book. We've got the book. So far, we got 2 books. I kind of want to read the book. Can I read the book? I want to read the book. What flavor was that? Reclaim, Mark. That's what that was. Oh, man. We got the book. Whatever you're feeling is best, Anthony. I agree. Streety. Mike says no book. I get it, no book. Anthony says book. What up, Streety? We've got whichever. We've got nice. No, Mark, it was a reclaim of. No, you look good. It's a reclaim of a lot. That's all I can say right now. I can't think of it right now. We've got like Animal Cookies, Lowrider, Blue Dream, and mostly like Lowrider, I think. Yeah. Okay. Let me go get the book real quick. I'm gonna feel the book. So most of you know, if you've been following along, if you haven't, I understand. Welcome to Tea. You got new people here. I'm Brock, by the way. If you've got my info on, if people want to share the info on how to get a hold of me on there, go ahead. On the old chat, go ahead. But I'm on the Instagrams and stuff. Pops, this is the old Pop. He's my Pop. He's my dad. It's my dad. It's my Pop. It's my Pops. So I'm hosting the show. He's not feeling well. He texted me this morning. He's like, dude, can you take the show from me? I was like, yeah, man, I got you. Those people would riot if we didn't have the show. Derek Anderson sent a really nice message last week, and he's like, dude, you have no idea what people would do without the show. And I go, I know what I would do without the show. Nothing good. So I'm glad you guys are here. I don't remember where we ended up. Is always the second Immortal. That's right. Did we finish that? Yeah, we did. We finished it. Yeah, it's the guy's on the road looking to find the second Immortal, and the second Immortal is standing next to him, and he goes, "Look, man, maybe you just gotta find yourself." It's like, oh wow. And at this, the cake seller discovered the second Immortal. Oh, right on. All right. So, this might be a little epistemological. And what I mean by that is, like, we might have to actually pay attention in this reading. I don't know. Oh, that's a long one. Oh, my God. It's a long... You want a long reading? We'll have to break this up. You sure you want the book? We've been reading the book Become What You Are by Alan Watts. And, well, thank you to you, Anthony. I appreciate you. You sure you want the book? Because we're going to get into some shit with the problems of faith and works in Buddhism. Learning about Eastern mysticism from a white dude. So... just a fair warning, we're going to get deep. We're going to get into it. We're going to be like, oh, man, hold on. You're going to be like, what the fizzle? You know what I mean? So we could book it. All right, we got 2 books. I think Caitlin switched. I think Caitlin originally was like, you should do the book. And now she's like, you should do the cards. I get it. I don't know. All right, let's book it then. Here we go. Everybody. Pay attention. Hold on. Should I do a second giveaway before or after this portion of... When should I do the giveaway, the second one? Should I make all of you just hold on and wait? What should I do? What do you guys want? Another dab? No, we're not going to do another dab. We should do the second giveaway now, Mark? What should I do? Do a dab? I already did a dab. I did it. Bill D says a book in hand is worth two. It's worth two in the hole. I like that. Save the best for last. It's up to you. Next giveaway. How about we read a little, we'll do a little, and we'll give a little, and then we'll read some more. Alright. We're going to read a little. We're going to dib a little. Alright, we'll read a little. Someone says they want me to do another dab. I'll do another dab, no problem. We'll get going. And then we'll give a little. We got another fraction of stuff to send on out, courtesy of the DetroitMushLab.net. But right now, we'll read a little. We'll get into it. I've been missing the book. I've been missing you guys. Let's just do it. Let's learn about some Buddhism. The problem of faith and works in Buddhism. It is generally assumed that philosophic Buddhism, and especially that form of it expressed in the Pali Canon, is par excellence the way to salvation or illumination by self-help. For in the philosophy attributed to Gautama, by the earliest records, no place is given to a god or gods who can assist man in the development of spiritual life. The existence of such divine beings is not denied, it is ignored on the ground that no power on earth or in heaven can interfere with another's karma. You're either gonna make it or you're fucked. And karma, in Pali, kama, is a very inclusive term, for primarily it means action or doing. Though in a secondary sense, it has come to mean the law of cause and effect, a sense which has been much overemphasized by Western theosophical interpretations. We think it's a scorecard. But it would seem that original Buddhism does not only set aside the possibility of interference with karma, for the reason that it is impossible to separate a cause from its effect, in the Christian sense of absolution. It also rejects the possibility of divine intervention at the causal end of the process. Once a sinner, always a sinner, having no parallel to the Christian concept of grace. In Christianity, there is no human power that can, of its own resources, make for righteousness and salvation, for by reason of original sin, it is impossible for man to move upwards without the gift of divine grace. Buddhism, however, would appear to be a method of lifting oneself up by one's own belt. For according to a famous passage in the Mahaparinibbana Sutta, Volume 2, 27 through 35. Eat a dick, Alan Watts. Making me say that out loud. We are advised, be ye lamps unto ye selves. Be ye a refuge unto yourselves. Take to yourselves no other refuge. You're all you got, jackass. Both Hinayana and Mahayana Buddhism, in the historical development of their philosophy and practice, have, for the most part, kept to this principle of absolute self-reliance. If any faith was involved, it was faith in one's own capacity to work out one's own salvation, and faith in the ability of Buddhism to supply the necessary method. Okay? In the Hinayana system, the method was to exhaust the process of karma by perceiving the fundamental unreality of the individual who sets karma in motion. None of it matters because you don't matter. Alright, let's see how much you don't matter. Cool. The Mahayana followed a variation of the same method, but under the influence of Brahmanic thought, supplemented the idea of individual unreality with the concept of a universal, non-dual reality similar to the Vedantist idea of Brahman. I don't know if that made sense. In one sense, God, this reality, called by such names as Tathata, Shunyata, and Dharmakaya, was beyond karma, akarma, and thus the realization that it alone existed involved deliverance from the toils of karma, even though one might continue to live in the world of birth and death. Okay, so there's some ideas that are saying that, like, where we are now and what we're doing now doesn't mean anything anyways. And so just like, we're outside of karma. So like, there is no cause, there is no effect, we just are. Okay. There are some that are like, yo, karma means a thing. What we do is what we are. Alright. But the radical non-dualism of, say, the Lankavatara Sutra refused even to make any absolute distinction between karma and akarma. Meaning, we got to keep score somehow. The world of illusion and the principle of reality, the transient, separate individual, and the eternal, undifferentiated suchness, Tathata. There is no nirvana except where is samsara, the pattern of life. There is no samsara except where is nirvana. For the condition of existence is not of a mutually exclusive character. Therefore, it is said that all things are non-dual, as are nirvana and samsara. Samsara is like everyday life trying to I've talked about, if you know what samsara is, you know what I mean? It's the trap. It's a trap. We're all on the trap. And nirvana is escape from the trap. There is no escape unless there's a trap. There is no trap unless there's something to get untrapped to. Non-dualism. Alright. The problem of faith and works in Buddhism, as we shall discuss it, will be entirely in terms of the Mahayana school. Oh, good. To understand its doctrinal and psychological background, we must pay attention particularly to the Mahayana doctrine of non-duality, bearing also in mind that only in Mahayana has a way of salvation by faith arisen. Our attention will be directed, however, to doctrinal and psychological aspects of the problem rather than historical, for we cannot say precisely whether the historical development of the way of faith came as a logical result of certain philosophic trends, or as an answer to a natural human need. Furthermore, the historical aspect of the problem is complicated by our uncertainty as to the exact age of many of the important sutras involved. But we do know that the way of faith developed quite early in Mahayana history, playing an important role in the works of such early patriarchs of the school as Nagarjuna, Ashvaghosha, and Vasubandhu. Basically, you don't need to hear the history of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John to know that you're about to read the gospel. You don't need to know what order the books of the New Testament are to know that in the book of James it says that nothing impure can be had from an impure source. Something like that. I don't remember the verse. It's one of my favorite verses and I can't remember right now. Alright, so it's basically saying, like, you don't need the history of it, alright? You don't need the boring friggin' details. Let's get into the juicy parts. Mahayana philosophy is centered upon two closely related ideas. The first, descended from Vedanta, is that enlightenment, the Buddhist life goal, consists of an inner realization of non-duality. All those things upon which unenlightened man depends for his happiness are dual. Unenlightened are dual, and thus conditioned by their opposites. If I don't have enough, I'm going to want more. If I have more, do I really have enough? Do you have enough? That's what I meant. Life cannot be had without death, pleasure without evil. We cannot therefore depend for our ultimate salvation and security upon any one aspect of a given pair of opposites. Dvandva is D-V-A-N-D-V-A is the word. Dvandva. I like that word. For the two are as essential to each other as back and front are essential to the totality of any object. So if I had a kid and I named it Dvandva, oh wow, that'd be a cool name. Jack Dvandva Lobster. I like it. Thus, while we look to such limited states for our salvation, we are involved in a world of ups and downs, which goes under the general name of samsara, the wheel of birth and death. We'll do one more section and then we'll dibble. From the beginning, the purpose of Buddhism was to find deliverance from this wheel, samsara, birth and death, to discover the state of nirvana. Differing from these limited states by being eternal, unchanging, and subject to no ups and downs. In the Pali Canon, there is no special emphasis upon the non-duality of nirvana. It is here something quite outside and different from samsara, an escape. But the Mahayana nirvana is described in much the same language as the Upanishads describe Brahman, the one without a second. Here, nirvana is the experience that differs from all these limited experiences by having no opposite. The Mahayana Sutras are at such pains to stress the non-duality of nirvana and enlightenment, bodhi, that they do not even allow nirvana to be opposed to samsara, or enlightenment to be opposed to ignorance, avidya. To the fully enlightened man, samsara is nirvana. Ordinary, everyday experience of the world of opposites is, for him, transformed into the supreme spiritual experience of deliverance or freedom. Banger. Banger. Bong. That's crazy thinking. Buddhism says it's okay to be okay. Since everyday living is it, you're already okay. What the? I'm looking. I thought I gotta clean. I thought I had to do like the little bell clappers. I maybe had to like shave my head a little. Go figure out where I gotta buy a sorry at. I gotta figure out how to spell sorry. There's no E. There's no Y. There's S-A-R-I. I'm not being rude. I'm trying to be funny. Crude. Maybe I'm being rude. You know what? I'm sorry. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Faith. We gotta believe this stuff. I don't believe it. Much as I don't believe that there's a flame hitting this until it turns orange. I can barely see the flame. I know it's hot. I know it. I can't even see the orange. I'm gonna assume, I'm gonna have faith that that's hot enough. Yeah, that's hot enough. Let's take... Remember, this is Dibble Dabble, so we take 3 of these. We got 2 more to go. Then we'll get back. We got a giveaway to do. I still haven't even figured out how to do the giveaway. I'm just stalling here. There's the flame. How am I going to do this giveaway? I'm going to make sure the giveaway happens. How am I doing this giveaway? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pull a card from the tarot deck, and we're going to guess tarot cards. I'm gonna hit my head on the door. That's what I'm gonna do. And if you know your tarot cards, guess away. Guess away. And it's in the major arcana. If you know, this is limited to the people that know their tarot cards. It's in the major arcana. Okay? We've got the Fool, Sling Blade, making the first guess. Good morning, BP. Death card. We got the King of Swords, major arcana, no swords. We got the Hangman. We got the Star, Hip Kitty with the Star. We've got the Empress. We've got Egyptian. I get it. The Moon. Good morning, MVP. I know I said MB. Good morning, MVP. Alright. It's in the major arcana, which means there's like 14 different cards, I think. We got the Chariot, upside down sword. So none of we got Strength. That is a card, isn't it? But it's not this card. So Judgment, Hip Kitty. We've got the High Priestess, Caitlin Boozell. The High Priestess. We got the High Priest. You were there. Hip Kitty was there. Kate, nice job. Kate, you win. Kate with the High Priestess. I feel like this kind of fits Kate. Well, yeah, the High Priestess, you know, kind of she sends you on your way. Yeah. The second one is like, here is your quest. You're Galadriel. You're in the forest. You're the Queen of the Elves. It's a great card. Here. No, it's not Hip Kitty. It's not Hip Kitty. No. It's Kate. It's Kate. Not Hip Kitty. Not Hip Kitty. Hip Kitty was close. I'm making it difficult for everybody. No, it's Kate. Kate one. Kate, go to thedetroitmushlab.net. Get a hold of us. Send us your info. And I will send you an 8th. I think they're Iceberg. Nerd and Kate. Congratulations. Congrats. Those are my 2 giveaways for today. I don't think we're doing names for the wheel. If Pops is doing that tomorrow, he can get 2 more new names. He can get names. But yeah, so congrats, Nerd. Unless Nerd gave it away, I don't know. You know, if Nerd gave it away, then, you know, tell that person to go to DetroitMushLab.net, theDetroitMushLab.net, and you know, info, blah blah blah. Let's get back to the book. Congratulations to everybody. Thanks for sticking around so far. We're going to do a little bit more of the book. Where are we at? 53? I know people like to show up at like 58. And they're like, oh my god, the show's over? Like, dude, we got a half hour later. We got a half hour to go. Maybe we'll make it all the way through. I don't know. Let's stick it through. The second important principle of Mahayana is the Bodhisattva ideal. In one sense, the Bodhisattva is a lesser Buddha. In another, he is one who, by patient striving throughout countless incarnations, he has attained the right to nirvana, but who postpones final entry into its eternal rest in order to come back into the world and work for the liberation of all sentient beings. So the idea is, we're all bodhisattvas. We're all bodhis. We're all teachers. We all have an opportunity to be the teacher that we should be before we make the final escape. But this rather picturesque view of the bodhisattva is actually taken from the Hinayana standpoint. Nirvana is still an escape from samsara, even though the bodhisattva has temporarily renounced it. Remember, we're not talking about escape, we're talking about how nirvana is part of us anyways. So Buddhism is a little dualistic sometimes. It gets a little in front of itself. But from the thoroughgoing Mahayana standpoint, the bodhisattva ideal is the necessary consequence of a philosophy denying the duality of nirvana and samsara. Alright, so if we're going to go through nirvana or samsara over and over and over again with a little bit of nirvana on our back, we might as well still be bodhisattvas. We might as well still be teachers. The bodhisattva has no need to escape from samsara because he realizes that it is nirvana. Thus, to quote the Lankavatara Sutra, again, I am nailing the hell out of these names. Those who, afraid of sufferings rising from the discrimination of birth and death, seek for nirvana, do not know that birth and death and nirvana are not to be separated the one from the other. And, seeing that the things subject to discrimination have no reality, imagine that nirvana consists in the future annihilation of the senses and their fields. They are not aware of the fact nirvana is the universal mind. But whatever the view of nirvana, the bodhisattva is the Savior, the one who makes vows, pranidhana, to postpone any final withdrawal from the world until he has seen all living things liberated and raised to the level of his own understanding. Thus, in a number of Buddhist sects, the monk repeats daily the following vows to identify himself with the Bodhisattva ideal. Alright, you ready for this? Let's get ready. This is what we have to say every day now, okay? How innumerable sentient beings are, I vow to save them all. How inexhaustible our evil passions are, I vow to exterminate them. How immeasurable the holy doctrines are, I vow to study them. How inaccessible the path of Buddhas is, I vow to attain it. Let's say it one more time. How innumerable sentient beings are, I vow to save them all. How inexhaustible our evil passions are, I vow to exterminate them. How immeasurable the holy doctrines are, I vow to study them. How inaccessible the path of Buddhas is, I vow to attain it. But it will be noted that although the monk vows to save all sentient beings, he does not seem to expect anyone to save him. The remainder of his vows are firm affirmations of self-help, and this is in line with the main trend of Mahayana philosophy and practice in all but the popular sects, which have put the bodhisattvas in the position of saviors to be worshipped and relied upon almost exactly as the Christian relies upon the saving power of the Christ. Thus, there would seem here to be a huge inconsistency between popular and philosophic Buddhism in the Mahayana school. The purpose here, however, is to show that this inconsistency is more apparent than real. I don't know what the... I don't know. Is like, are we trying to be God? Are we like trying... I don't know. In modern China, we'll get through... Let's learn. In modern China and Japan, by far the most popular form of Buddhism is a way of salvation by faith. It has attained its most radical and interesting development in Japan, but, as we have seen, its origins are in India, far back in the early days of Mahayana history. Most students of Buddhism are at a loss to find any true similarity of purpose between these popular cults and the highly self-reliant Buddhism of Gautama and philosophic Mahayana. How the hell did these guys get together? They are generally regarded as a mere degeneration of the creed of Buddhism, a pure concession to unregenerate human nature, which demands supernatural beings to achieve what men are too lazy and too frightened to achieve for themselves. There is no doubt whatever that there are plenty of lazy and frightened human beings, and that an easy method of salvation by faith would naturally appeal to them, especially in the more extreme forms which altogether discount the efficacy of works. Oh, all I gotta say is just, I believe. That's all. I don't have to do anything. I just gotta say it. Dude, Buddhism, right on. Karma. Ooh, I win. You know? Nah. There's more to it. But there are... Namaste, bruh. But there are other considerations. And from a certain point of view, these very extreme forms become full of the deepest interest. Here, let it be said that I owe this point of view to Dr. D.T. Suzuki, who made a particularly suggestive study of the philosophy and psychology underlying the Buddhism of faith in his essay, The Shin Sect of Buddhism. If I've lost half of you, awesome. If the other half of you, or if like half of the rest of you are still paying attention, blah, cool. But as yet, he has made no thorough study of the psychological relations of the way of faith and the way of works. So this guy doing Buddhism psychology can't figure out if like doing shit is better than believing in shit, okay? This seems to me a very necessary line of inquiry. Because when you want, what's more important, doing stuff or believing stuff? Because I believe that Western students of Christian background can never really understand the Buddhism of works unless they approach it through the Buddhism of faith itself, so close to Christian belief. Okay, all right. You got to believe first, and then you can do. All right. Generally speaking, the Buddhism of faith is founded upon the... Oh, here we go. Here's the book trying to mess me up. Founded upon the Sukhavati Vyuha, which, so far as we know, was compiled some 300 years after Gautama's death. Siddhartha Gautama, I think, is the first Buddhism guy. The Sukhavati Vyuha tells of one Dharmakara who, in some immeasurably distant age, made 48 vows concerning the liberation, devoted himself, for an equally incomprehensible span of time, to innumerable good works, thus acquiring for himself a store of merit sufficient to give abundant aid to the whole world. Alright. But he renounced the reward of highest attainment due to him for these works in order that he might preside over the Buddha land. The Buddha Kshetra, oh, that's a good word, of Sukhavati, the Western paradise, and there watch over the world until all living beings had been born into his pure land and thus assured of final illumination. What a turd. Get out, go escape. From then on, he was known as the Buddha Amitabha, really. If you would have left, I wouldn't have had to say that word. Boundless light, or Amiteus, eternal life. The Chinese form of the name is Omitofo, and the Japanese is Amida, by which he is most generally known. Didn't say that, Alan. In the second part of the sutra, it is declared that those who, in complete faith, turn towards Amida and repeat his name will be born after death into the Pure Land. We got one little section to go and I'm going to quit. But it is hard to find in the sutra itself sufficient ground for some of the later interpretations put upon it. And it was not until the time of the Japanese Amidist Shinran Shonin, F this book, that there evolved a real philosophy of salvation by pure faith. In the sutra, Amida is able to transfer his merit to others because, according to the philosophy represented by there's so many representations. Avatamsaka Sutra. Each single atom contains in itself the whole universe. Physically speaking, quantum mechanically speaking, quantum physically speaking, maybe. Therefore, what is done by one individual affects all others. If one man raises himself, he raises at the same time the whole universe. But here, Amida is not the sole source of merit, as the Christian God is the sole source of goodness. In early Mahayana, the transference of merit, parinamana, is a process that may operate mutually between all things. Because you're doing well, I'm doing well. And though the individual is helped by sharing Amida's merit, he is yet able to acquire merit by his own unaided efforts, thus adding his own contribution to a universal store. I'll give to take. Thus, in the Sukhavati Vyuha, possibility of self-help is by no means excluded, and Amida remains one among many Buddhas. He is not yet raised to the position of sole source of light and life and made the personification par excellence of the final supreme reality. Okay. His distinction is just that he has made a particularly large contribution to the store of merit, in which all may share, and has put his Buddha land at the disposal of all who seek it in faith. There is still the difference between in faith and by faith. 1 second, and I'll tell you exactly what that means to me. Okay? Hold on. 1 second. Love everything. Because it loves you too. Right, Bubs? Love everything because it loves you too. Because it's made out of the same things that you're made out of. Which is innumerable, immeasurable, unhinderable. Everything. It's good to see my pup. We're gonna stop there. I kind of got lost in the old, in the reading there. Congratulations to Nerd and Katie. Is it Katie? To winning the 2 giveaways today. Let's remember where we were. Herbie, next time, if you're here, we do the book. Let's remember that I made it halfway through at least. So I don't have to read all of that crap again. Alright. Let's go look at the moon, yeah? No, I'm serious. Like, you should go look at the... No, it's like halfway gone. Supermoon's been gone. I have an app on my... Or a background on my phone that has the moon on it. And I looked at it today and I was like, oh my god, is it halfway gone already? Wasn't it the full moon? Like the other day? So, everybody, thanks for showing. Thanks for coming here, having fun with me, letting me have fun with you. Trying to deal with the lag, sitting out here in the nature of it all. So it's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun. Thank you to not deal with my craziness. I'm a little crazier than Pops is. 42, are we 42 days away? Holy bonkers. What's the day? What's the day, Sandman? Love you too, Hip Kitty. What's the day, Sandman? October 19th to the 24th. Alright, because my surgery, the old hernia, is on the 13th. I'll have I'll be recovered, no problem. Plenty of time of recovery from the surgery to be able to travel, no problem. I'll put up with it. Just, if Tad's driving, like, he'll have to, like, lift me out of the truck. Street Glad will be there. He can lift me in and out of the truck. Just, I'll have to, like, be lifted. I won't, just... I'll ride in the back of the truck, too, the bed. Just, like, cushion me around. I'll bounce, like, put everything, like boxes here, fishing gear here, and, like, just don't let me roll around, or, I'll be like that in the back, and, like, the bumps and everything, and then, when you want me, you can just slide me out, just slide out, you know what I mean? It'll be fine. You can just roll me out, out of the bed. It depends on what position, because I'll probably be in, like, that position, like, at the end of the ride, and just be like, oh, we gotta pull Brock out slowly, like, me getting pulled out of the bed of a truck. Right? All because, and hopefully I'll be drinking water and I won't have a friggin' back spasm by this time. You know what I'm saying? I poured all of that Mountain Dew and I never drank any of it. I drank like one thing of it, 1 second, and then we'll scroll out. Alright? I love y'all. I don't want to go away. So I want to drink Mountain Dew in front of you and piss off Derek Anderson. You know what? Huh? Alright, everybody, scroll me out. Let's get the hell out of here. Let's have a great Thursday. If you're a mind of it, send Pops a message. Wish him well. Alright, and let's remember the DetroitMushLab.net for our winners, Katie. I think it's Katie, and Nerd Nature. So have a great day to you, Mike Barabel. Hi, Dan. Daniel. Kim Bolden. So it's been a good day. Ladran, have a great one. Justin White, get well to Pops, absolutely. Bob, peace, love, and as well to you. Lord Divine, have a great one. Nerd Nature, it's good seeing you. Justin, you have a good day. Kim Bolden, you have a huge one. Go grab your donation pack, Sandman says. No, he's a good guy, Anthony. He's a good guy. He does his best. He's my dad, so I have things that I don't like about him, and I'm his kid, so he's got things that he doesn't like about me. But here we are, impressing the hell out of all of you. I'm kidding. I don't even know. Hopefully you impressed the hell out of us, all of you. There's like 18,000 of you friggin' wackadoos hitting the like button on these things. It's so silly. So, Jesus Christ, have a great one. Take care. Alan, have a great day. Bill D, have a great one. Hip Kitty, big time love to you. Mushmouth, peace out. Mushmouth, I'll be there if I can. Alright, and I should be there, okay? Hopefully I'm not a weenie, alright? So I'll be there. Herbie, have a great day. Mike Barabal, Daniel, Jesus Christ, Luciana, Sid Hunter, Mike Barabal, Dr. Snyder, Eric Tried World, have a great one. Nat, you have a beautiful day as well. Mike Barabal, take care to you. Anthony Hunt, take care as well. Much love. And I don't know, like I always say, what do I always say? There we go. I'm gonna try and get you guys to always say it too. That's why I always say it. What do I always say? Not, you ain't gotta lie to kick it. If you give a hug, you get a hug back. That's right, Mike. I see it. You give a hug, you get a hug back. And if I see you, have a great day. Love y'all.